In this video, I'm about to show you 10 sports drink brands you will regret drinking and why, along with 5 safer alternatives that are actually better for your body, starting with number 10, Gatorade. Gatorade is something almost everyone has seen in gyms, school lockers, or grocery shelves. Those brightly colored bottles promise to replenish electrolytes and keep you energized after a workout. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the truth. Most people don't really need it. A 2 0-ounce bottle of Gatorade contains about 34 grams of sugar, about the same as a can of soda according to the nutrition label. On top of that, it has sodium, artificial colors, and high fructose corn syrup as the main sweetener. For a casual workout, say a 2-0-minute jog or a quick gym session, sugar isn't fueling performance, it's just adding empty calories. Too much sugar can spike blood glucose, affect your energy afterward, and even reduce hydration efficiency, which is why the FDA advises watching your added sugar intake. Ironically, a sports drink meant to hydrate can sometimes do the opposite if your body has to process all that sugar. Electrolytes, like sodium and potassium, are useful, but unless you're sweating heavily for over an hour, you likely don't need the extra sodium in Gatorade, as recommended by the American College of Sports Medicine. Natural alternatives like coconut water, a banana, or simply water with a pinch of salt can give your body what it really needs without the sugar and chemicals, according to Harvard Th. Chan School of Public Health. The reality is that Gatorade is engineered to taste good, sell easily, and appeal to anyone from athletes to kids. It's convenient, sure, but for most people, it's unnecessary. If you want to stay hydrated after every workout, plain water or a natural electrolyte option is safer, cheaper, and actually healthier. Gatorade isn't evil. It's just overhyped for everyday use. Number 9. Prime Hydration. Prime Hydration stormed onto the scene with influencer hype, viral TikTok videos, and promises of next-level hydration. It looks flashy, it looks healthy, and your favorite athletes are holding the bottle in every post. But before you grab one off the shelf, let's look at what's really inside. A 1 6-ounce bottle contains about 10% coconut water, added electrolytes, BCAAs, and 0 sugar. Sounds impressive, right? But here's the catch. The sodium content, the key electrolyte your body loses during sweat, is far lower than what's needed for actual hydration during exercise. Most casual buyers think they're getting an elite recovery drink, but they're really sipping a sweetened, low-sodium beverage that won't replace what you actually sweat out. Consumers have been vocal online. Many report that Prime tastes overly sweet or syrupy, and a surprising number say it leaves them thirstier than before. Some users report headaches or stomach discomfort, and flavor inconsistencies between batches are a recurring issue. It's a common refrain in forums and reviews. Looks good on camera, feels off in practice. There's also been scrutiny over marketing claims. Critics argue that Prime overstates its benefits, implying enhanced performance that isn't backed by independent studies. It's a trend-driven product built for social proof, not for science-based hydration. Number 8. BodyArmor. BodyArmor has branded itself as the next-level sports drink, full of coconut water, electrolytes, and vitamins. On the surface, it feels like a step above the neon-colored bottles in the gym cooler. But peel back the label, and the story isn't quite as wholesome. A standard bottle packs around 21 grams of sugar, often hidden behind claims of natural flavors and fruit juice. That sugar isn't a minor detail. It's more than most people realize, and it can undo the benefits of a light workout if consumed regularly. The electrolytes it advertises are real, but most people exercising casually don't sweat enough to need that much sodium or potassium. Many flavors also rely heavily on fruit juice, concentrates, or sweeteners, making coconut water more of a marketing prop than a functional ingredient. The colorful packaging and sleek design create the impression of a health-conscious choice, but the truth is this drink is engineered to taste sweet and appeal visually, not necessarily to hydrate optimally. BodyArmor isn't harmful in small doses, but for everyday hydration, it's unnecessary sugar and calories. Your body can get the same electrolytes from water, a banana, or a homemade drink with real fruit and a pinch of salt, without the added sugars or artificial coloring. In short, BodyArmor sells the idea of premium hydration, but it delivers more sugar than substance. If you're looking for something that truly supports your workout, there are cleaner, Lower sugar alternatives that won't spike your blood sugar or trick you into thinking a sugary bottle equals smart hydration. Number 7. Propel. Propel markets itself as the zero-sugar performance hydration drink that looks like a smarter, healthier alternative to sports drinks. Sleek bottles, bright colors, and electrolyte claims make you feel like a pro athlete just by picking it up. But don't be fooled. The reality inside the bottle is very different. While Propel avoids sugar, it relies on artificial sweeteners like sucralose and ace-sulfame potassium to mimic sweetness. That might sound harmless, but studies show these can affect gut bacteria, and some people report headaches or digestive discomfort after drinking it. It's hydration dressed up with chemicals, not a natural performance boost. Electrolytes are present in sodium and potassium, but in most cases, they're far below what serious athletes need. For casual workouts, your body doesn't need a specialized formula, yet many consumers are paying premium prices, believing it's essential. And here's where things get interesting. Real users have complaints. On Reddit and other forums, people report odd flavors, clumpy powder packets, or a taste that feels artificially sweet and overwhelming. Some even felt it left them thirstier afterward, which is ironic for a drink marketed as hydration. Propelled to top shelves. But for many, it's more hype than help. So yes, Propel is sugar-free, and yes, it contains electrolytes. But for everyday workouts, it's largely unnecessary, sometimes uncomfortable, and definitely not the miracle hydration it claims to be. Stick to water or a real, natural electrolyte drink and save your money. Number 6. Vitamin water. If there's one drink that perfectly captures the power of branding over substance, it's vitamin water. You've seen those bottles in stores with bright labels hyping focus, energy, and essential hydration. It's sold like a health product, literally water with vitamins. But what's actually inside that fruity bottle might surprise you. A typical 20 Oz bottle contains around 32 grams of added sugar, which is roughly the same amount found in many sodas and way more than most people realize when they're sipping it, thinking it's a healthy choice. The sugar here comes from forms like crystalline fructose and sucrose, and experts warn that liquid sugar isn't just extra calories. It's associated with weight gain, metabolic dysfunction, and chronic disease risk when consumed regularly. Even though the brand boasts vitamins like C and B complex, these are water-soluble micronutrients your body excretes if it doesn't need them, meaning you're essentially drinking calories for nutrients you likely already get from a balanced diet. Consumers know this too. Online discussions and reviews often label vitamin water as just sugar water with a fancy name, calling it one of the biggest marketing scams in the beverage industry. Some people even joke that the product tastes flat or like Kool-Aid with branding, and others have complained that the zero-sugar versions taste artificial or leave a weird aftertaste. And this isn't just internet chatter. The brand has faced legal pushback. Years ago, health advocacy groups sued Coca-Cola over misleading health claims, pointing out that vitamin water was essentially a sugary beverage masquerading as a wellness drink. Number 5. Powerade. Let's talk about something almost every gym bag or convenience store fridge has: Powerade. The brightly colored sports drink is marketed as a hydration miracle, a must-have for workouts and recovery. It looks healthy and functional, and the marketing makes you feel like an athlete just by holding the bottle. But what's actually inside? That's where the story gets less flattering. A standard 591 milliliters bottle of Powerade contains roughly 21 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda, and you're drinking it thinking you're fueling your body, not overloading it with sugar. High on the label are electrolytes like sodium and potassium, but most people don't burn nearly enough during a casual workout to justify adding all that sugar. Your body doesn't need that extra load, and it certainly doesn't get a free pass just because it comes in a neon blue bottle. Powerade also contains artificial colors and flavorings. That bright blue? It's not a natural berry extract. It's a food dye engineered to catch your eye. And research shows these dyes aren't harmless when consumed regularly. Meanwhile, the electrolytes are synthetic and only beneficial for endurance athletes sweating profusely for hours, not for someone finishing a 20-minute treadmill session. So here's the takeaway. Powerade looks like hydration, but in most everyday situations, it's really sugar water with added color and a marketing story. You're paying for the image, not the health benefits. Number 4, All Sport. All Sports have been around for decades, and many people remember them from childhood. Bright bottles, neon colors, slogans that made them feel like official athletic fuel. Nostalgia is strong here, but the reality isn't quite as sweet as the memories. This drink looks like a sports hydration champion, but many consumers have noticed inconsistencies. Some describe it as weirdly fizzy, others say it tastes more like a sugary soda than a true electrolyte beverage. Even the powdered sticks, which advertise zero sugar and calorie-free hydration, have raised complaints about artificial colors that stain water and even your hands or mouth. Functionally, All Sport is not very different from other mainstream sports drinks. The sodium and potassium content is enough for endurance athletes, but most casual gym goers don't need it. That means you're often paying for flavor, color, and nostalgia, not actual hydration benefits. A lot of users feel misled when they realize it's not really a performance enhancer, just a colored, flavored drink marketed to look athletic. Add to that the fact that consuming sports drinks unnecessarily can introduce artificial dyes, flavorings, and sometimes excess sodium into your diet. Many buyers report that after a workout, they don't feel more hydrated than if they had simply drunk water, and some even feel slightly bloated or thirsty again shortly after. Number 3, Gatorlyte. Gatorlyte is the next-level hydration drink from Gatorade, marketed as if it's engineered to turn anyone into a pro athlete overnight. Bright bottles, bold claims about electrolytes, and faster recovery, it looks like exactly what your workout routine has been missing. But here's the thing, looks can be deceiving. I'll be honest, when I first grabbed a bottle, I thought this is going to be amazing. But the first sip hit me as surprisingly salty, almost like it was trying too hard to be serious hydration. That's a recurring theme among consumers, too. On Reddit and other forums, people say it tastes chalky, the flavors are inconsistent between bottles, and some even report headaches or an off aftertaste. Not exactly what you want after sweating it out at the gym. Here's the reality. Gatorlyte is high in sodium and potassium. Great if you're running a marathon in the desert. But for most casual workouts, your body doesn't need that much. That's where the marketing gets sneaky. The drink feels like it's scientifically superior, but unless you're an endurance athlete, it doesn't give you a hydration advantage over water or a simpler electrolyte solution. And let's talk about price. These bottles cost way more than standard sports drinks, yet most buyers don't notice a tangible difference. Personally, I can't justify paying double just for something that looks professional on Instagram. So yes, Gatorlyte can be useful in extreme conditions, but for everyday gym goers, it's mostly hype in a bottle. Plain water or a balanced electrolyte drink will get the job done without making you feel like you're guzzling salty soda. Number 2, Pedialyte Sport. Pedialyte Sport might seem like the smart choice for hydration. After all, it's marketed for athletes, promises fast electrolyte replacement, and even has endorsements from pediatricians and trainers. On the surface, it looks like a safer, science-backed alternative to sugary sports drinks. But here's the catch. Just because it's sold as a hydration solution doesn't mean it's perfect for everyone or that it's harmless in large doses. A single 1-2 ounce bottle of Pedialyte Sport contains about 21 grams of sugar and roughly 500 milligrams of sodium. That's more than half of what the average adult should consume in a day, just from one bottle. It also contains artificial flavors and, in some varieties, sucralose, which some studies suggest may disrupt gut bacteria over time or cause digestive discomfort in sensitive individuals. Consumer complaints online tell a similar story. Several parents report their kids experiencing stomach upset or nausea after drinking Pedialyte Sport during summer sports. Some adult athletes have mentioned bloating or an odd aftertaste that makes it hard to drink during workouts. While rare, there are also reports of sugar crashes if you rely solely on these drinks after exercise rather than pairing with real food or water. Here's the thing, Pedialyte Sport works if used occasionally, like when you've lost a lot of fluids or electrolytes after a hard workout or illness. But treating it as a daily sports drink can quietly add up, both in sugar intake and unnecessary additives. If you're looking for safer alternatives, plain water, coconut water, or a homemade electrolyte drink with real fruit and a pinch of salt often does the same job without the hidden extras. Number 1. Electrolit. Electrolit is often marketed as the premium hydration solution, promising rapid electrolyte replenishment after workouts or illness. On the surface, it looks like a lifesaver. Bright packaging, bold claims, and electrolytes galore. But let's break down what's actually inside that bottle, because as with most heavily marketed sports drinks, the story isn't as clean as the label suggests. A standard 600 milliliters bottle of Electrolit contains 17 grams of sugar, 500 milligrams of sodium, and 180 milligrams of potassium. On paper, that seems to hit the numbers your body needs to replace lost fluids and electrolytes, but context matters. The sugar content alone is higher than what many people realize. Compare that to plain water with a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon, or even a homemade electrolyte solution, and the difference is clear. You're paying for convenience and flavor, not necessarily for better hydration. Another point often overlooked, the drink uses artificial flavors and citric acid to enhance taste and improve shelf stability. While not inherently dangerous, these additives highlight that Electrolit is engineered for mass consumption and marketing appeal, rather than tailored wellness. It's easy to forget that a product labeled rehydration can still contain ingredients your body doesn't need, or may even react to if consumed in large quantities. That said, Electrolit isn't evil. It does serve a purpose for extreme dehydration, long-distance running, or heat exhaustion. But for the average gym goer or casual athlete, it's more sugar, more additives, and more sodium than necessary. Realistically, plain water, coconut water, or a DIY electrolyte mix often does the same job, with fewer unwanted extras. But don't worry, it's not all bad. There are sports drinks out there that are cleaner, more balanced, and safer for regular use, perfect for staying hydrated without all the extra sugar and unnecessary additives. Starting with number 5, Liquid IV. Liquid IV has carved out a spot for itself as a convenient, on-the-go hydration solution, and for good reason. Instead of loading up on sugar-laden liquids, this product uses a cellular transport technology formula designed to deliver water and electrolytes to your bloodstream faster than plain water. Consumers frequently rave about feeling hydrated almost immediately after a workout or a long day in the sun. The powder format is also versatile. You can mix it with water at home or even in a reusable bottle at the office, giving it a sustainability edge over single-use sports drinks. Ingredients like potassium, sodium, and glucose are carefully balanced, providing electrolyte replenishment without excessive sugar. A lot of people say it beats traditional sports drinks that leave them bloated or jittery. Honestly, it feels like someone finally thought about hydration as a smart science, not just a sugary marketing ploy. Number 4, Nuun Sport. Nuun Sport has gained a reputation among runners, cyclists, and gym enthusiasts as a low-calorie electrolyte option, but not everything is perfect behind the colorful tabs. On the surface, Nuun promises hydration without sugar overload, which is a huge step up from traditional sports drinks. Each tablet packs electrolytes, a bit of potassium, and some sodium, but the actual content can feel minimal if you're sweating heavily during intense workouts. Nuun contains artificial sweeteners like stevia and natural flavors, which may not bother most people, but a handful of users have reported mild stomach discomfort or an aftertaste. Personally, it feels like a product aimed at convenience and clean labeling, but if your goal is rapid, heavy-duty electrolyte replacement, it might leave you wanting more. It's a safe alternative, just not a powerhouse. Number 3, LMNT. LMNT isn't your typical neon-colored sports drink. If you're tired of sugary hydration powders that promise energy but leave you crashing, LMNT is built for real performance. Each packet packs sodium, potassium, and magnesium in doses designed to actually replace what you sweat out, not just make a drink taste fun. No sugar, no artificial colors, no gimmicks, just electrolytes in a clean, simple formula. I tried this after a long afternoon run, and honestly, it hits differently. That first sip is noticeably salty. Some might think it's weird, but your body knows exactly what to do with it. Hydration actually feels like hydration, not a sugar rush followed by regret. Consumers love it for workouts, hiking, or even just long, hot days. The only caution? High sodium content means it's not for someone watching their salt intake. Otherwise, it's one of the safest, most effective electrolyte drinks out there, with a transparent label and zero nonsense. Number 2. Ultima Replenisher. Ultima Replenisher is for the people who want hydration without any added sugar or artificial junk. It's powdered, dissolvable, and comes in flavors that actually taste like something natural. Think berry, grape, and lemonade, without feeling like candy. What I love about Ultima is how it balances electrolytes without overloading you. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are all in amounts that support your body's real needs, rather than just giving you a sugar spike. I personally like to mix it in a big bottle after a long yoga session, or even just during a busy workday when I forget to drink enough water. Fans rave about it too, saying it keeps them hydrated for hours and doesn't upset their stomach like some sugary sports drinks. The only thing to note is that it doesn't taste like your typical sports drink, so if you're expecting that neon sweetness, be ready for something cleaner. For me, that's exactly the point. Number 1. Drip Drop. If there's one hydration product that actually feels like it was designed with people in mind, it's Drip Drop. Unlike most sports drinks, which are basically sugar bombs disguised in neon colors, Drip Drop focuses on electrolytes first, and the results show. Each serving is packed with a balance of sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, designed to help your body absorb fluids faster, which is especially useful if you're recovering from a long run, a tough workout, or even just a hot day outside. What I love, and what many users comment on, is how it doesn't taste like medicine. The flavors are mild, but enjoyable, and the powder format means you control how strong or sweet it is. Unlike some competitors, Drip Drop doesn't rely on high fructose corn syrup or artificial colorings. People online rave about it for preventing cramps and dehydration during intense activity, and it has even been used in clinical settings for mild dehydration. Honestly, this is the product that proves sports drinks can be both effective and genuinely safe.